Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Cancer Coach Talks. I'm your host, Leslie Nance, and I am going to do a quick sound check because last week we started this whole broadcast and I started down this whole road and we didn't have any sound. So I'm just going to do a quick check. Cancer Coach. Hey, look at that. Host Leslie Nance, and I'm going to do Okay, awesome. So I don't need to worry about that anymore. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Super excited to be here with you this evening and share with you about the power of, no, let's reframe that. The purpose of prayer tonight. Prayer and meditation. And yay. Hi, Eileen. Thank you so much for being here. Buster is asking start time right now. Buster, we're here. But really discovering the purpose of prayer in our cancer journey. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. If you have not already, please share out on your own personal Facebook page. Facebook, share it to groups. If you're a member of cancer groups, especially if you're a member of, special cancer pages, then please share out. Please share out to those pages because you never know who needs this information tonight. So thank you to everybody who is joining. I see that a few of you are here. I'm going to take a moment and introduce myself, and then we are going to jump right into our topic. Now, remember always that you can share your comments live during this chat tonight. So please feel free to do that. I'm looking forward to actually seeing some of your comments and hearing some of your ideas about the, thank you so much, Eileen. I appreciate it so very much. Sharing your ideas about how you use prayer and meditation in your life. So let me just preface this tonight and say, I am going to get spiritual. If you are offended by spirituality, then this is probably not your space tonight. But if you're offended by spirituality, then you should hang out and be offended. Spirituality plays a huge role, I'm too short tonight. There we go. That's better. Plays a huge role in when it comes to healing and to fortifying ourselves against something called cancer. So let me take a quick moment to introduce myself. Just like the screen says, my name is Leslie Nance. I'm a certified holistic cancer coach, a certified holistic nutritionist, also a plant-based chef, and a 7-year cancer survivor. 2012, I was diagnosed with a early stage, but very aggressive form of breast cancer. And honestly, they didn't think that I'd be alive in 5 years, much less in 7. And so they told me within the first year, it'd be all over my body. There'd be nothing they could do about it. These are the doctor's words. These are what they spoke to me. It would be all over my body. There'd be nothing I could do about it. And here I am 7 years later, healthier, happier, more on purpose than I've ever been in my entire life. And what I'm going to share with you tonight is a huge part of that. So please, if you have not already, please share out on Facebook. I appreciate it. And I'll stop saying that right now. Okay. So when I was diagnosed in 2012, well, no, let's back up and say this. What you see before you right now, if you look at me and you think, wow, I've just been diagnosed with cancer and I wonder if I'll ever be like that. I wonder if I'll be so happy about cancer. I wonder if that will ever happen in my life. I wonder if I will find my purpose through this cancer. I wonder why I was given cancer. What you see today has just been a lot of dang work. This did not happen. This was not an automatic response for me. I was not like, oh yeah, I'm diagnosed with cancer and like, oh yeah, I totally got this cancer thing. No. I was a complete mess when I was diagnosed. And when I say complete mess, I mean hot, stinking mess of cancer diagnosis, right? This was a huge problem. When I was diagnosed, I thought I was dying. I was pretty sure. I mean, my doctors made it sound like I was dying. And I took on that mantle of like dying. In fact, I was diagnosed, and some of you have heard this before. So, Sorry if you have. But when I was diagnosed, I was diagnosed 5 days before Christmas. And that Christmas, I told my husband and I told my mom and dad, I said to them, you should take lots of pictures. We should take lots of family photos. You guys should get lots of pictures of me because I may not be here next Christmas. I thought that was it. I thought the Grim Reaper was knocking at my door. I thought that all my 42 years, that this was it, that I was done. It was the worst time of my life. I was completely out of control. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating. I could not function. I would sit in my desk at our business and I would just stare out the window, and customers would come in and out of the business and I would never even say hello to them because I was so saturated with what was happening to me. And it wasn't just one thing that shook me out of that. It was many things that shook me out of that, right? It was many things. I was desperately seeking answers. I was a Google maniac. I spent hours, literally, if I wasn't stressing, I was spending hours on Google trying to figure out or find somebody that was going through what I had been through. Maybe somebody that could say, oh, my doctor told me that I was only going to live for the next couple of years, and here I am 5 years later. I was looking for any little tiny ounce of hope I could find. And I was so desperate. And what I didn't understand is that the answers that I was looking for were right in front of my face. I know. So, my dad, in his infinite, amazing wisdom, which he's always had, I am 48 years old and I'll be 49 soon. And my dad is still parenting me. He still parents me. In fact, I was frustrated about something and I got this long email from my dad today helping me correct my mindset. And so I was really ticked off at my dad because I'm his only child. I am my mom and dad's only child. And I was so mad at him because he wasn't upset. I was pissed that my dad wasn't pissed or scared or sad that I had cancer. In fact, he was handling it like a boss, and it made me mad. I got mad at him. I was like, aren't you worried? Don't you even care that I have cancer? Are you just holding in your feelings? Are you not expressing your feelings? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I just don't believe that this is your destiny, Leslie. I believe that cancer has come here to teach you something. What? This is ridiculous. I was so mad. And I could hear him, but it wasn't sinking in. And some of you may be in that position right now. You hear people, but none of it's sinking in because you're in shock. You're in denial. You're just operating out of total fear right now. And so my dad, in his infinite wisdom, knew that the only thing that was going to help me would be something tangible, something that I could learn from, something that I could see. I've always been kind of a book nerd. And so something that I could read or that I could see that would help me. And so he came to me it was about a day, I think it was getting close to New Year's Eve. So just a few days after I was physically diagnosed with cancer, he came to me and he had this book in his hand. And this is going to be opposite. It's going to be backwards on your screen because that's how Facebook rolls. But I'll just read it to you. It's a little book. It's written by Oswald Chambers. It was written in the 1920s, I believe. And it's called My Utmost for His Highest. And it is a daily devotional. And I'm not talking about religion here. I'm not talking about, do you believe in God and you need to believe in God to beat cancer? I'm talking about spirituality. I'm talking about that thing that takes root inside of you, that thing that helps you understand that you're going to be okay. Now, this book happens to be Bible-based, but I am talking about that sixth sense inside of you, that higher power that speaks to you, that says to you, you are going to be okay. And one of the ways that we communicate with those higher powers in our life is prayer or meditation. and you can choose whatever it means to you. I don't care what word you use. I'm going to use prayer tonight because it fits, because it's in here. But this is going to be a mindset shift that changed my life. And I think a lot of you are really going to resonate with it as well. And so my dad brought this to me, and he says to me, I want you to read August 27th because it talks about the purpose of prayer. And I'm like, dude, Dad, Oswald Chambers, Oswald, OSWALDCHAMBERS, Oswald Chambers, My Utmost for His Highest. It's just a little daily devotional book. My mom wrote in the front of it to our daughter, and presented to our daughter and son-in-law by mom and dad, Christmas. Christmas. On the occasion of Christmas, 12/25/2012, the darkest days of my life. Literally the darkest days of my life. I thought I was going to die. It's a big deal. It's a thing. A lot of you out there right now are struggling with this thought process that you think that you're going to die. And I want to share something with you that was shared with me that made all the difference in the world. Woo! That's powerful. I still have my dad used toilet paper. You can't see that. My dad used toilet paper because, well, anyway, it's his throne. He used toilet paper to mark some passages in here for me. And that's just totally dad. Like his whole Bible is full of toilet paper, which just cracks me up. It's a big joke in my house, but he used toilet paper to mark the pages. Yes. And so hold on just a second. Actually, I'm wrong. It's not August 27th. It's August 28th that it's on. Hold on. I got to get the tears out of my eyes, right? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you guys cry. So it just sneaks up on me. It totally sneaks up on me. So I don't know. I don't ever know when I'm going to cry, but it's just, it hits me. So this is what my dad shared with me. And I'm not going to read the entire passage, but the scripture that they use is Luke 11:1, and Lord, teach us to pray. But here's the thing about this. It goes on. The beginning of it talks about, it's not part of the life of a natural man to pray. We hear it said that man will suffer if he does not pray. I question it, he says. He's questioning, is that true? I need to put on my reading glasses. He's actually questioning. Oswald Chambers is actually questioning, is that, I'm 48, give me a break. Right? And so, and it says, but the thing that is really the most powerful thing is the last paragraph. And the last paragraph says this: it is not so true that prayer changes things as it is that prayer changes me and I change things. Let me read that to you again. It's not so true that prayer changes things as it is that prayer changes me, and then I change things. Now, this, my friends, is the purpose of prayer and meditation. If you are praying, Lord, heal me, I'm just believing in a healing, or you're meditating and you're going, I'm going to meditate my way to healing. That's not the purpose of that. The purpose of prayer is not for asking. The purpose of prayer and meditation is to connect to that thing, whether it's God, whether it's Buddha, whether it's whatever it is, so that you can change. And then you can promote change in your own life. Now, this is a powerful mindset shift. When you start to pray to that connection, that you're seeking that connection, as opposed to asking for something, then things start to change in your life. And this was a pivotal moment for me. You want to know when I started healing? When I started accepting that when I prayed, that I changed, and then I began to change things in my life. This is called the spiritual backbone. This is where you start to manifest healing in your life. This is where those little things that you called miracles are things that you actually are doing because you have sought the truth and you're making those changes. Everybody with me? It's a powerful mindset shift. And when I begin to embrace that, my whole life began to change, not just my cancer journey. Things didn't just start to get better in my cancer journey. My purpose started lining up. The reason why I had cancer began to manifest itself. I began to understand why I was given such a beautiful gift in my life, why I needed to be shaken out of my perfect life with something as bold as cancer, so that I could come here and live in my full purpose, which is what I'm doing now as a cancer coach, as a nutritionist, helping people understand how and what the path to healing is. So when we pray or we meditate, it is not so that things will poof change. It's so that we change. And then we can begin to manifest those changes that we desire in our lives. Now, I tell this story a lot, but it's worth telling again. When I was a little girl, my mom, who also is like total wisdom, like walking wisdom, like my mom is the type of person that doesn't even realize how freaking smart she is. She's so smart. When I was a little girl, my mom, who is an amazing woman, she she came into my room, and I was raised a Christian. I went to a Christian high school. I was in my youth group. We were very active. We went to church 3 times a week. My home was my parents talk the talk and walk the walk in front of me and everywhere else in their lives. They were amazing, just benevolent people, and still are to this day. And my mom came into my room, and I think I was probably in middle school. And I was sitting cross-legged on my on my bed, and I had all my school books and all my folders sitting in front of me, and I had my hands on them. And she said that I was just sitting there, and she said I was praying like nobody's business. I was praying out loud, "Dear Lord, I have a test tomorrow. I got to pass this test, and please, please, please help me to pass this test." And so she said she stood there until I was finished praying. And when I opened my eyes, she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm praying that I pass my test tomorrow." And she said, "Well, did you study for the test?" And I said, "No, Mom, I prayed and God's going to help me." Now, this is the innocence of a child speaking here. But we think the same thing in our cancer journey. We are like children in this journey. We pray, "Lord, heal us, Lord, heal us." And your higher power, whoever that is, for me, it's God, Lord, whatever, but your higher power presents you with solutions, presents you, and you bypass them. You look past them because you are manifesting healing, dang it, in your body. But the real truth is that when you pray and you seek that, and you seek answers, and you seek wisdom, and you seek knowledge, then you change. That changes you physically, mentally, spiritually. It changes you. And then you can begin to change things. God gave you an amazing, amazing thing, and it's called your human body. He blessed you. You are the only one on this planet. Whether you believe in God or not, you're the only one on this planet like you. You're it. There's not another one like you. Even identical twins are very different. You are the only one of you here. He has given you a gift. Now it's your turn to do your side of the work, and that is to honor that gift to take care of that gift. And maybe you haven't always done that. Maybe you've not always been the best at that. Maybe cancer needed to wake you up so you could pay attention to that gift that you've been given. If we are always praying, help me, but then don't receive the opportunities that come our way, then we have missed out on our own healing. I'm going to say it again. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. If we are always praying, help me, Lord, help me, but then don't receive the opportunities that come our way, then we are missing out on our healing, our divine healing. Our divine healing. It's your job to meet him, whether it's in prayer, whether it's in meditation. It's up to you. The purpose of prayer is not to get things, is not to receive things. It's to change you, and then you make those changes. I've had hundreds of people tell me, hundreds, literally hundreds of people tell me, I was praying and I asked, Lord, please, show me how to do this. Show me what I need to heal. Show me the path, the opportunities. And boom, you popped up in my Facebook feed, or somebody told me about you, or my doctor referred me to you. And they come in and they receive that. And then I've had other people tell me, I have been praying for healing. I have been praying and praying and praying for healing. And I haven't received it yet. And then they don't take the opportunity that is put before them. And do I believe that divinity exists in my practice? Absolutely. Absolutely. I only work with people who I have a divine connection to. Some of you here, I have said, I can't help you, but I will point you in a direction to get the help that you need. There needs to be a divine connection because I work so closely with my clients. I'm so ingrained in their life. I'm so on purpose every single time I speak to them. So I have to feel that connection. So I pray every single day, Lord, send those people to me that need my help the very most. Show them the way. Help me make that connection with them. Help me help every single client. Do you know that I spend at least half hour, 45 minutes in prayer and meditation every single morning, even for people that are not my clients, people that I've talked to, people that I'm not serving personally, that I've sent to some other resource. And I ask, help me, show me. And you know what happens? That prayer changes me. And then I can present change. Then I understand how to help people. It's not because I'm so smart. It's not because I know so much about the human body. All that helps. It's not because I know so much about nutrition and cancer. It's because I pray, lead me to those people that need me the very most. So, whether you're the praying type or not, whether you're the meditating type or not, the value in sitting down and being quiet, even if you're not meditating or praying, but if you're just sitting and being quiet in that moment, that is a release of negative energy out of the body. Even when you're not praying, you're not looking at your phone, you're not, sorry, my hair just tickled my face. It just blew over and like totally tickled my face. Woo! Okay, almost made me sneeze. Do you see it? It's right there. Ooh, go away. Go away. Okay, sorry. Go away. Sorry. Total hair distraction right now. But even if you're not in like conscious prayer, but you're not looking at your phone, you're not watching TV, maybe it's just sitting and watching a bird at a bird feeder. Maybe it's taking a walk and emptying your brain. Maybe it's like yesterday, I had a pretty rough day yesterday. And yesterday I laid in the grass and I just looked up and watched the trees, the leaves of the trees blow. I couldn't even get my mind on anything to like work, like to get it. I had been writing all day long. I literally wrote all day long yesterday, and my brain was so tired. And I had a good day writing, but then had a thing happen that was, anyway, frustrating. And so I just laid there and I watched the white clouds pass by, and I watched the leaves shimmer in the trees, and I just laid there and I emptied my mind. I wasn't in prayer or meditation, but I needed a connection to something that was real. I needed a connection to something that my mind could just drift away. And I just let my mind go blank. And if you're a regular prayer meditator, it's really easy to do. I just let my mind go blank for a little while. And Penny and Robin were playing right in front of me. And he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I'm much better now, in fact." And so quieting the mind, stilling the mind is amazing. But when you can go into a state of prayer where you're making a connection to your higher power, whether that's in meditation or prayer, whatever you want to call it, you are truly, truly making a change in your life in that moment. And then that change can become a physical evidence. So there you go. Love you guys to bits. So grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I do these talks on Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night. I think next week, I really want to have my husband come in and share about his journey as my caretaker. Because he has a very interesting journey about dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome after my diagnosis. And I would really love for him to come and share as a caretaker what that meant, right? What that meant in to him, and how he overcame it, which I think is a very, very powerful story. So if you have a caretaker in your life that needs that information, then I would highly recommend that. So I'm going to leave the floor open for just a few minutes. If you would like to ask a question, please type that in right now. Just know it takes me just a little bit. So right now, I've been on here for almost half an hour, and I'm just seeing comments coming in from the 18 minutes. So it takes a little bit to get those questions to roll in. So type in your questions right now. While we're doing that, I want to show you, if you had a connection tonight and you're feeling, okay, well, that's all great. How do I talk to you? I stumbled across you tonight. I was praying for help, and then you show up, and this seems like the opportunity. If that's the case, then please reach out at this link, go2kitchens.com/apply. That is the link to my private calendar. This will put you in contact directly with me. I don't push you off on another person. You don't make that and then somebody else gets on the phone with you. It is you and me, babe, one-on-one on the phone. And I am happy to do that. So screenshot that, write that down, whatever you need to do, go2kitchens.com/apply. And that link is always good. It's not like, oh, it's open for 48 hours and that's all the time you got. Nope, it's always good. I am here for the long haul. So when you're ready to reach out, then the time is ready. So I am here for you. So, all right. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to post what Terrence said here. Terrence says, third step prayer. God, remove me of the bondage of self so that I may do your will for me. I love that. Thank you, Terrence, for sharing that with us. Anne is saying, oh, thank you, Anne. Great talk. You're welcome, Barbara. You're welcome. You've touched me. I now realize what I really need. Thank you very much. Just what I needed. Thank you so much, Anne. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Barbara. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. It's nice to have you here this evening. Hi. Oh, I'm not going to say your name right. I'm not going to say your name right, but thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you for being here this evening. It was great to have you here. Right. I love that. Hold on. We got to see what Buster says. I pray every night. I don't wake. Third DX in 9 years. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Metastasis of the breast. DX in August last year. Very difficult journey. Weary and tired of fighting. You know what, Buster? I hear this so often. I hear over and over, third diagnosis, second diagnosis, third diagnosis, fourth in some cases. I talked to a woman today that was a 5-year metastatic breast cancer survivor. And I was just absolutely amazed at her journey and how she just was nailing it every step of the way. And I asked her, I said, what's your biggest asset? What's your biggest secret? And she said, I have my head screwed on straight. And I said, so it's not anything medically that you're doing or anything like that that's like making a big shift? And she's like, no. She said, in fact, my doctors, I've never been happy with hit my microphone. Sorry about that. I've never been excited about the way that I've been treated, but I have my head screwed on straight and I feel like I can beat this or at least maintain it in my life. And therefore I am. And she had a strong belief system in that. So don't stop fighting. Keep going. We are here for you if you need us. Hi, Maggie. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Well, very good. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to pop out and be blessed this evening. Remember tonight when you're praying, right? Or maybe you're just going to get off this right now and you're going to be like, I'm going to start praying differently. This is a very powerful notion. Let me just type in really fast here while I'm here what the name of this book is, My Utmost for His Highest, so that you guys can go check that out. I read from August 28th tonight, and you can actually Google this and check it out. So I've always thought it was the 27th, but it's the 28th, which is funny. So I'll just put that in here. Oops, not form, but from me and my typos. So I just commented right there so you guys can see that you can see My Utmost for His Highest. And I read from August 28th tonight. So it's a great daily devotional. If you are a Christian or a believer, it is a great daily devotional. I highly recommend it. I almost recommend it to every single person I work with. It's very, very powerful. So yeah. I'm so sorry to hear that, Eileen. Yeah, very sorry to hear that. Keep fighting. You know where I'm at. If you need me, you know where I'm at. Thank you, Maggie. You too. All right, you guys have a great evening. Thank you for joining. I will be back next week. Next week, I'm going to bring my husband in. So bring your people that are your caretakers, tag them, right? Show them. We can really have a good discussion about what it takes to be a caretaker and kind of have a caretaker's perspective. So if you are the one with cancer and you have a caretaker, the caretaker's perspective is really, really important. So yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. I will see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for the Cancer Coach Talks. I'm Leslie Nance, certified holistic nutritionist, certified holistic cancer coach. It's okay. As soon as it ends, there'll be a replay, Sherry. It's good to have you here. Better late than never. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.